All right,
God.
so we can we can get started here. I think people are going to keep filtering in.
Okay.
So welcome to our episode 5 of our Enlisted podcast. It's been what, like 5 months we did the last one, something like that.
Close
It's been
to
a
it.
while. I think it was after the Tunisia update because I remember talking about the bombs, or maybe it was even before the Tunisia update because I remember.
Let's find out.
Oh, that's true. I guess we could literally search that. Yeah, go find
I'm
online.
go-
Yeah.
yeah, we'll look this
It
up
was
here.
after, yeah, I think it was after Tunisia because I remember I
So
remember having the beta and talking about the closed alpha, right?
so it was after. Well, when you put it up, I don't know
It
how
was
long it took you to.
after.
Yeah, I don't know how long it took you to put it up.
I don't fucking
Because
know. It normally takes me a bit, but there's been some that I've put up like immediately.
I
this was
remember last podcast episode we were talking about the bomb nerf to planes.
Okay,
episode
well then
4
that would
was
be
2
after
months
Tunisia.
ago. Yeah, it was 2 months ago that you uploaded the one with Pentakill in it. Yeah, it's crazy.
I
Crazy to
feel like
think
it
about.
was, yeah, I feel like it was way longer than that. All right. Well, anyway, um, yeah, we're back now. There's been a lot of shit that has happened. I'm just gonna pull up just so we can get a general idea of stuff that we can talk about. We pull up just like the news for Enlisted, just so we can get a brief overview. Obviously, we got the new patch, right? And that was a big deal. But we've had all the making Enlisted a better place things that have since stopped.
Yeah,
Um,
those went from like every week to like never.
Never
Real
anymore.
quick.
Yeah. Um, there's the semi-auto nerf. That was a big
Oh,
thing. Was
cool.
the MG nerf? That was a while. That was before.
That was before.
And then armored train, new maps, new levels, all of that good stuff. We had the Twitch drops, we had the events, the Steel event, all that stuff happened.
Modern conflict happened.
Oh, modern conflict. That's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's
Yep.
right. New premiums and everything. So we got some stuff to talk about. So anything that you guys want to start with, or do we just want to? We can just start actually with just like state of the game, right? How do we feel about Enlisted right now? Off the cuff, kind of. We think it's in a good place. It's in a not great place.
I'll let you take that one first, Jason.
I think it's about as much as change. It's about the same.
Yeah, I think I feel like there's some things that are better, and there's some things that have just stayed the same, and they're bad, which is makes me feel like they're getting worse, but they're not really getting worse. They're just still bad. It's just been bad for a while, right? But I feel like there have been some things that I personally have realized to be more of an issue, right? Like some things where I'm just kind of like, wait a minute, we kind of need to solve this, and I would like to know how the developers are going to be solving this.
Yeah.
Unique said it's in a good place, but starting to show some rust. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I've said for a while that I think the gameplay of Enlisted, while not perfect, is very, very good. While you're in a match, it feels fun to play. And yeah, there's some rough patches around that, but it's everything outside of that is what's really rough and what I feel like has the problems. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of, I guess my like what I would say is it's more of like if I had to put like a couple words to it, it would be like they're doing really good stuff, but they're not focusing on things that have kind of been left like, left to their own devices, I guess is the best way to say it. Like they've made promises that they haven't really kept up with, but they've also like expanded on other things too, which is that are really helping the game too. So
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that. Like there's
Definitely.
it feels like a 2-step forward, 1 step back kind of thing, or even
yeah,
maybe a 1 step forward, 2 steps back. One of those two. I'm not sure which one I would land on, but like they added cool stuff, right? Like the modern event was cool, the Twitch drops was cool. The Steel Fortress event was something that happened and was kind of okay, but that's
It
like
was
their first
weird.
real event, so I don't really put a whole lot of
Yeah.
I don't expect a whole lot, right? Like that's a learning process for them. And I think that for what it is, I think it went well. But then I
Hmm.
think of the other things, like I think the campaign levels got super botched, like the new campaign levels for this update. Um,
In some of them, yeah, I would say so, 100%.
yeah, yeah, I guess like Tunisia's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
it's so young. That's where it's like easy. Like you
yeah,
can't really.
right. Um,
It's the
like the armored train got added, and the armored train mode is fun and really cool, but it just kind of like I don't know, it kind of brings back that point of like, did we really need to be like putting all this effort into doing this? Whenever I honestly feel like there's other kind of key issues in the game that I would like addressed, right?
yeah. And that's where like a roadmap would be nice because it's
Oh
like
yes,
I don't know where like I don't know if this was like already on the docket. They're like, hey, like they've had this in in their back pocket for the last, we'll just call it, 6 months to a year. And they're like,
yeah,
hey, like we want to get this done. Like near Christmas, we want this to come out. We want it to be ready to go. And then them just be like never shifting focus from never sit there and saying, "Yeah, all right, we have to shift focus. Like this is a big problem that we have. Like put this on the back burner, you shift this." Or if they're just like, full steam ahead with the plan that we already have that no one knows about. So we can't really judge whether or not like,
yeah.
that was
Like it would be very nice to have Panda just rated. What's up, Panda people?
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it'd be really nice to like have a roadmap. And I know people always like say like, oh, if they have a roadmap, like it locks the developers into doing certain things. And I'm kind of like, I don't even think that's necessarily true because like having a roadmap is something that internally they should have anyway. I mean, internally
right.
they should be thinking 6 months, a year ahead, at least in very vague terms, and in the sense that you could easily make a roadmap to show to people. Uh, so like that argument doesn't make any sense to me. And but like when I think about like Hell Let Loose, like they have a great roadmap where it's
Mhm.
just really generic kind of answers where they're like, yeah, in spring sometime we're gonna have the British.
Yep.
It's like who knows when that's gonna be in spring, and maybe yeah, it gets pushed back, and yeah, maybe people would get annoyed by that, but I don't really think so, right? Like
Yeah,
I
just
would
general
rather have that info, you know?
yeah, just general guidelines, right? Like, hey, look, like we want to add they could even be even more like, vague with the enlisted one, right? Like, hey, we're gonna add a new campaign sometime in Q1 of
Yeah,
2020. You don't know what
Right, right.
faction it
be
is,
great,
where it's at. Like, we just know a new campaign is coming in Q1, right?
right? Instead
You
of
know,
getting
I
like vague answers from Mike where he's like sooner than you think. You're
yeah,
like, well, what the hell does that mean?
I think it's tomorrow. Bungle video.
Yeah, right. Like I
Oh no.
sooner than I think. I didn't. I mean, I don't know,
Uh,
man. I don't know when the hell that could possibly be, right? And we don't know what it's going to. We're all speculating on what the campaign could be. There's the whole thing with like Steam. Like, is the game going to come to Steam? There's Steam files in the game.
yeah,
But they've also said they don't want to go on Steam. So are they going to go on Steam? I don't know. uh,
they
what are they planning on adding? Like I would like to know these things, and I would like also to know or to have some communication about how they plan on addressing certain issues.
exactly. That's
You
the big
know?
part of the roadmap. Like, are you gonna fix this? When are movable AT guns coming? Like, do you even have a plan for that? What does that plan look like? Like, let us know something.
Yeah, some sort of dev blog or something, some sort of Q&A. Because like I really want to know what the hell their plan is for adding more campaigns. I mean, if they add another campaign, I mean, the biggest criticism is you're splitting the player base more. So how do we address that? What are your
Especially if they add
plans?
another very popular campaign like the Pacific.
Yeah, right? Like how are they going to possibly address that? Like do they just think it's fine? And if they think it's fine, then I would like to see the numbers or some sort of
Huh.
statistic and some logic behind that, right? Like, something rather
Yes.
than them just being like, "Oh, it's fine." Or if they're going to do something else, right? If they have some other plan, then I'd like to know that too.
Yeah, it would be nice to see a little bit behind the door for sure. Like the door is just way too closed for the community, CCs, all that kind of stuff. It's just way too closed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's the other thing is it's like DCs don't even get the info. Like I feel
Yeah,
like a lot of people are always commenting like, "Hey, when's this thing coming, guys? When's this gonna happen?" And
When's the next Twitch drop?
I'm like, bro, they told me about Twitch drops 3 days before it happened. Like
which
they
was an
don't.
improvement.
Yeah, which was an improvement. Yeah, no, normally they tell us the Thursday afternoon before, right? And it's like I
Yeah,
would
when the
like to
drops start Friday.
yeah, like so it would be very useful to know that as a content creator, right? From that point of view. Um yeah, I don't know. That's a whole separate thing that we won't get into cuz I don't think a lot of people would
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
have any idea about all of that, but there's some issues on that side as well, of course. Um
But yeah, no,
yeah, for Tunisia we like didn't have any warning.
yeah. I don't know. And like the splitting of the player base, that's a really good point that I didn't really think of right now. Like obviously Normandy's the number one campaign that most people
Yeah,
play, especially newer players, right? And then you're gonna add, let's just hypothetically say they go with the Japanese. I know this is like in the Pacific, right? We know this
right.
is a hotly contested topic, right? But that's going to be the second most popular campaign. So then you're going to you're going to have players that are going to be leaving Normandy to go play in the Pacific. So then you're going to have less players playing Normandy now. Like that alone is its own problem.
Yeah, and then not even to mention the other campaigns that people are gonna leave to
Poor
go
poor
play. I
Moscow
mean,
and Tunisia and Berlin.
yeah,
Well, yeah,
right. And there's ways to solve the issue. I think like there's definitely ways of solving it. But I don't know if they feel like they need to solve it. I don't know if they're planning on solving it. Because like I'm not gonna lie to you guys, if they think that it's fine. Like, if they think it's fine, they think it's fine either because they think they have enough players to fill the games, or they think it's fine because they just fill the lobbies with bots. And if they're just
which
gonna fill the lobbies with bots, like I don't.
Sounds like the leader to me, man.
Yeah, it might be, but I mean, if that's the case, then I don't know how this game
it
continues
doesn't.
onward because I don't think that that is sustainable in any way. Like, people are not gonna just sit there and play against bots all day,
Yeah, because that's
right?
just like a grind. Well, it isn't even a simulator. It's just, hey, who can grind the quickest?
Yeah, like the
Like,
bots aren't even
that's the
like
game.
good. Yeah, like bots aren't even like smart. Right? Like you could excuse it back in closed beta whenever it was obvious that there was like 25 people that played the game. But
Right.
like now, no one's gonna sit in these lobbies where it's 3 real players and 7 bots because that just gets frustrating.
Right. I don't
Right?
know. That's
I mean,
It's like the four people who played Moscow back in closed beta days.
yeah. Well, I mean, like I had games yesterday where it felt like they were bot games, and of course, there's no way to ever like fully tell. But
yeah.
I had two
We had the
back-to-back
one game where
games.
5 people left your game.
Yeah, I had a game where a bunch of people left, but I had a couple of games on Balo Lake that were like half the team like into the game with like 7 kills. And I'm like, how is that even possible? Like I
Well, that's
don't
a
know if
problem.
those are just bots or people that don't know how to play or
Yeah.
something, but
Well, then I mean, that's the big issue too. Is like Moscow kind of feels like it's dead almost a little bit.
yeah.
Like I think there's like the Lewis gun kind of propped it up where it got some people to come back and play it. But then like your like guns that you grinded out for the campaign. I mean, for what did they didn't even add a campaign to this
No,
level. Oh
they
yeah, they
added
did.
stuff.
They did
They added a bunch of garbage. They added the
T28E and the Panzer IV F1.
yeah, and then they
Yeah,
added flamethrower twos.
yeah, which nobody cares about fucking flamethrowers in Moscow. Sorry, like it's just, or at least I don't. So it's
I
just like
mean,
okay,
it's like fine that like flamethrower twos are like, yeah, you have to add those, and that's fine. But like more of a question of like, I don't know, the T28E is one of those like, what the hell kind of things. Like, why was this added?
yeah,
We already have a
yeah, you got
T28. We don't really need the T28E. Like, come on.
yeah, you got the BF 109, the F2, the flamethrower, and the Panzer IV F1, and then you got the or the MiG flamethrower and the T28E. Like none of that's exciting. Like I don't care about that, especially when you're coming off of PPSH and the sniper AVS 36.
Yeah, and I guess that kind of goes into one of the big problems with like the campaigns. I really hope that when the game officially launches or whatever, like when they finish all campaigns, right? They finish 1 to 40 on all the campaigns. They're obviously not going to do a wipe. They've said that. I so hope that they just do a one-time like redesign of all of the campaigns. Like
Oh,
they move where stuff is and they change where everything's at. Like
that
that would
would
be
be
so great to actually have like better stuff. Because it feels like they almost don't want to do that because they're like, oh, people have grinded for it, or they just don't want to do it because they don't want to do it. But like if you're optimistic, right, then oh, they don't want to do it because people have grinded for this stuff. Like, what if you know, you grind it up for the jumbo, and then now it's a 76 millimeter Sherman. Like, how do you deal with that? But I feel like I don't know. It doesn't seem like that hard of a problem to me. Like,
or
just
Yeah,
what
but
about that buys their way all the way to the end too? That would be hard to kind of justify if you like bought yourself to so if you spent money.
I think that the thing about it would be that you would redesign the levels, but you wouldn't remove anything. Like all the stuff that's already in there stays in there. All the stuff that you like, and if they do remove something, you just let people have it. Like for example, I'm a big advocate of removing the M3A1 grease gun because I'm like, that's just a slightly better version of an M3. Shouldn't be a weapon unlock. Like that's stupid.
Right.
And so if they remove that, then I think they should just let people that have them, right?
Mm.
You get to keep it and you're special because
you're
you got that.
grandfathered in.
Yeah, your grandfather in, exactly. Or alternatively, it removes it and they give you silver orders. You get a shitload of silver orders for each one you had. Right? So they cost one
Yeah.
each. Now you get 2 for each one you had.
Yeah.
Right?
Or you could just or you make it like, if you let's just say you like for whatever reason you move the Sherman Jumbo, right? You move it towards the end. Once you could just have it where it's taken away until you get to that level, and then automatically it unlocks once you get to it because like you've already grinded for this at one point. So like once you get to it, you don't have to like regrind
Yeah,
for it. I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you can do that. You can just let people keep it, honestly. Like, I don't even care. Like if
Yeah.
they move the jumbo to level 31 or whatever and put a 76 millimeter and you're not level 31, I would just like let people keep it. Like I don't like whatever,
Yeah.
just let people keep using it. Like
Eventually, it'll even
the
itself out.
yeah, the amount of people that would be affected by that it's so minuscule that I don't think it's like an actual problem.
That's a good point. Okay. No, yeah, that would be nice. I think that would be. We've said it 100 times, and probably will say it 100 times more. But yeah, the campaign system's got to be reworked. It's just
Yeah,
gotta.
it yeah. I mean, Dwayne's just said that they apparently they revamped all the campaign levels for War Thunder, or
Hmm.
the equivalent of when they put in the BR system. I don't even know what War Thunder's old system was because I do know that like way back when they like put in a whole BR, they put in the BR system. That was like a whole thing. 20
Yeah.
tiers apparently. Okay, instead of the BR. So
Gee.
we'll see what they do. I mean, they have to understand that that campaign system doesn't work,
Yeah. I just don't
right?
know how they didn't figure that out during like. How did they not think of this before they started the campaign in the game though? Like.
Well, I think there might have been some people on the team because kind of how like if
Well,
I
the
was on the team, there might be some people who might have been like, oh,
Enlisted was originally not going to be a free to play game.
yeah, it was like voted on.
Yeah. After the
Oh.
original Kickstarter in 2016.
Yeah, I do remember that. But I mean, maybe there were some people that were saying like, hey, this isn't going to scale well, and they just had to keep going. Or maybe they just didn't realize it. I mean, think about it. It took us a year to realize that this campaign system doesn't really work, right?
That's true.
When it gets scaled up, because you can't really see the flaws of the campaign system until you start getting to level like 30, 35. Because when you're at level from 1 to 25, it's not really that bad. You're getting new stuff. You're not really getting a whole lot of repeat unlocks. And yeah, some stuff's kind of weird, like unlocking a Bryn gun or unlocking the Sten gun or whatever for the Americans. Like, yeah, that's super weird, but it's not something that feels off. It's not until you start getting to level like 30 and 30 plus where you're like, why am I unlocking a car 98 again? Why am I
Right.
unlocking like this another T28? Right? Like stuff like that. And like, I don't know. I hope to God that they have actually sat down and have designed out all 40 levels. Like I can't imagine they haven't, right?
Uh,
Obviously you got like, I mean, just from a
And considering how much stuff was in like the Berlin Alpha that's being slowly drip fed back out.
yeah, which I don't really agree with the whole drip feed thing. I think it would be better if they just released stuff. Um,
yeah.
maybe they just want to make it to where people can't finish the whole thing and then like the whales leave and shit. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but like it's one of those things where I'm just kind of like, I hope that they have all 40 levels planned. But if that's the case, then why do we get like Bren guns and shit? There's
Well,
just
they
so
have to
many
have a lot of
better.
stuff planned. Look at what was it, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, when all those unreleased vehicles got added to the practice grounds.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they have all that stuff in the game. I don't
I
know
feel
why
like
that happened.
vehicles, I feel like, are a lot easier for them than weapons,
Yeah,
just
that's
because they
probably
already
Oh, for
true.
sure.
Yeah.
they have a model already for the vehicles. Like weapons, like you can almost, if you want to know what all the golden weapons are going to be, go watch Forgotten Weapons for like 20 minutes, his World War II thing, and you will see every golden weapon that we're going to end up having.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much.
that, yeah. As long as it's not a Japanese one, like that's what you're going to have. like,
I mean, weapons.
uh,
It shouldn't even take that long. Like modeling a gun and then like doing the animations and shit for it is like. There's no way that it would actually take that long because like it's one gun. It's not even like these are like weird guns or anything or like particularly difficult things to do. Like if you're a full-time animator or a full-time like 3D modeler, like
good
should be
point.
able to bang these things out in like a couple weeks at most. Like it's not like you have to like do some crazy gun from a sci-fi game that like doesn't have any like the reference is just a reference from your artist who has to do concept art and then do actual art and then has to do like no, you just go and look. You can probably get the gun yourself. Like, you can probably put it on your desk and model it while it's on your desk or something. Like,
Probably.
so it
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Minus a few of the rare prototype guns that never
Yeah,
really saw service.
yeah,
Yeah, but most of them have like the schematics and stuff like that. If they survived, they have the schematics and stuff like that. You could probably just get them
yeah.
with the
There's
ingenuity.
photos that you could find in some way, and like yeah, some of the more rare ones might be kind of a pain in the ass to do. And I guess they do like 5 gold order weapons every time, and that's you get a month to do it or whatever. But I mean, I don't know how big their team is, but even a
I mean, but
couple a
that
couple modelers and a couple animators should be able to bang that shit out in a couple weeks, let alone
see,
2.5 months.
I find that system to be unsustainable too. Like, hey, every battle pass, gold weapon orders, gold vehicles. Like, it's a lot of stuff to like throw out every end of a battle pass, right?
Yeah,
Which is in what?
the
That's the free to
vehicles.
play model, though.
Yeah, the vehicles aren't that hard to do because you just like slap some dumbass skin on a vehicle that already exists and sell it for the high rank or
Oof,
whatever.
T50.
Yeah, like the T50 is just like, oh, we slap some very lazy camouflage on it, like whatever. Um,
Right. That's true.
like the gold order weapons, like yeah, I think that it's somewhat unsustainable over time. I mean, there's no shortage of like weird ass guns that like were made during World War II that they could just be like.
That's true.
But it's more of like when you think about it, like okay, we have the campaign, got to put guns in the campaign, got to put guns in premium squads, and we got to do event guns, we got to do gold order guns. So like
Yeah, you
how are
got a
they
lot
going
of
to do.
faucets going.
Yeah, right. Like you have a lot, and so whenever you add those all together, then how do then I think you might start running into the problem of like running out of shit.
Or you're going to repeat, which we're already seeing. I mean, you got the premium tank. You got the premium tank, which is the Panzer IV in Moscow, right?
Yeah,
That was the premium tank. You literally can get it now with a gold order in the same
yeah. It's
campaign,
just
which makes no sense.
the premium has like heat rounds.
Yes, it
That's
Yeah,
has
the only
heat.
thing.
but it's like you're kind of getting into the like Jesus.
Yeah,
Like we're just
just
we're
copying
just
shit. You're repeating stuff over and over again.
yeah. It's, that would be kind of the problem because like I bet you'll see premium squads that start having gold weapon orders. Like like can you imagine if we got like the Gewehr 43
Oh
premium
God.
squad? Like that's probably going to come at some point.
Well, you have that in Normandy
I
already with
guess.
engineers.
Do they
What do you
have that?
mean?
They have
The
the Gewehr 43?
41 squad in
Oh
Normandy.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm
where they just rip it out of a different camp. Well, yeah, I mean the Beretta
Yeah.
1918 is in Moscow as a premium squad.
yeah. Yeah, but like if you get like the Kurtz or whatever, that's going to be terrible. Like, but
Yeah,
I
I think.
promise you that'll be a premium squad.
Yeah, I think Enlightened. Yeah, he means like a premium
Oh,
squad that
that.
is all gold order weapons.
Yeah,
Like a premium squad of RMN 50s or premium squad of Suomis,
that's going to
right?
happen.
Stuff like that, because they're just running out of like what are they gonna put in?
Well, and
Right,
look
they're
at
running out of.
the power creep of all the premium squads too. They're getting like significantly better.
Yeah,
So it's like, well,
yeah, that's definitely an issue as well.
it's just constant. Like the firepower of these premium squads are becoming significantly more powerful.
Yeah, I think the firepower of the game is creeping really heavily, and I think it needs to be checked because I think that the thing that makes Enlisted a really interesting game, a fun game, and I don't think it's something that people realize, but it's the fact that the engagements in Enlisted take so long. They are very drawn out engagements because you have a 6-person squad. And so you run in and your first guy dies and you swap to another one. And then you keep fighting and then you die and you swap to another one. You keep fighting, you swap to another one, you keep fighting, you swap to another one. You know, and it creates these really, really long drawn out fights where you're always in the action. Right? You're always seeing enemies somewhere because it's either an AI that you're killing or it's a player who's going to be taking over an AI and then running back into the fight. And then you have your team around you, right? So you just have a lot more of an active battlefield as opposed to something like Hell Let Loose, where, I mean, you can get like 20 kills in a game in Hell Let Loose and you only saw like 25 people, right? Like, and a lot of the time you're spending either dead or walking or something like that. Well, in Enlisted, I mean, you're like always fighting. Like the downtime in game in Enlisted is very low, right? Where you're just like at the spawn screen or something like that. And
Very true.
that's why I really don't like these weapons like the FG42 because, or some of the premium squads, because they ruin that kind of balance of those long drawn out engagements. Because it's no longer like, hey, I have like 6 guys. It's more of like you blink and your whole squad's dead.
Yeah.
Right? You just you blink once and everybody's dead. And it's like, holy shit, this is insane. You know? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like other guns can do it, but a lot of these premium squads that are coming out and stuff like the FG42, I think really throw that balance out of whack.
See, I thought they were gonna fix that too. Like I thought, like with the, with the MG nerf, right? Because that was kind of the big thing with like the MGs is like you blinked and your squad was gone. Like if it took you out, there was no way. If that guy took you out, there was no way in hell your AI squad survived when like the the machine guns went rampant. So then I think they're like, all right, like let's nerf this a little bit. Maybe even with the semi-automatics, right? Too. Maybe that's kind of what they were like. Oh,
kind
we
of the
gotta
idea. Yeah, I think so.
That is the intention behind it. Yes.
But then you give a premium squad that has a 75 round drum mag and an engineer that also is carrying that, and it's like, what are you doing?
And they all have vitality.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
Well, okay, so Dwayne's just said asking for an STG5 or an STG45 and RPD, and I want to make it clear, like, I don't mind having weapons that can wipe a squad, right? Like the MG42 can nuke a squad, the PPSH can nuke a squad, the MG13 can nuke a squad, like the Thompson can. They're an explosive pack can, for God's sake, right? Like nuking a squad is not an inherently bad thing. The problem is when you put these weapons in the game that number one, every trooper, every rifleman in the game can have, every engineer, every radio operator. So you have these, and they're firing full power rifle rounds fully automatically with very little recoil. So then they're dominant at every single range, right?
Yeah.
And you have 9 dudes with them. It becomes ridiculous. Stuff like the MG42, yeah, you can wipe an entire squad of the MG42 if you're like braced on something and prone, right? Like, yeah, you can wipe with a PPSH, but you need to be super close range to be able to do that. And even then, someone might just shoot you in the face. So it's because the PPSH doesn't kill in one shot. Well, the FG42 doesn't have that problem. Even the STG, as powerful as it is, doesn't have necessarily that problem, and they're also limited to being stuck on just assaulters.
Yes.
But you don't have that. That's why I also think this is a new opinion of mine after some custom game shenanigans. I think explosive packs are really ridiculous and can be really ridiculous if people start really trying to abuse them. Like, holy God. In one of our custom games we played, it got to the point where nobody was shooting each other. It was everybody was just running around throwing cooked explosive
with large
packs.
grenade pack. Yeah.
Yeah, it was yeah. And because it became the most effective thing that you could do, because even if you don't kill them, you suppress the hell out of them, right? You give them the little concussion bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes.
you're just nuking everyone. It was actually insane. And I remember afterwards, like, me, Joey, and Tuya were all just like, that was awful. Like we were like, that was just absolutely disgusting. Like, you should not be allowed to do stuff like that.
Well, that's what you do. You get the a 9-man infantry squad, right? Like I do it all the time in Berlin. You get the 9-man infantry squad, give them large grenade pouches, and just run around with explosive packs because that's 18 explosive packs, right?
Yeah.
Just run around and throw those bitches. You're good.
It's a 27, isn't it? Don't you get 3?
I think you only get 2. I thought. Hang on, I'll check.
I think with a large grenade
small
bag,
grenade
you get
pouches are
27.
2.
Small is 18. Yeah, you get 3.
Oh yeah.
So it's even
that's
better.
Right. That's right. Fuck. I mean, it's just like Jesus, Mary, Mother of God.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my Lord, like it's just horrid.
And
Or you get a flame trooper squad and give them all besides the flame troopers, you give them grenade packs and just give them all Molotovs.
That's hilarious. See, that's funny.
That's what I did to you in the custom games on Moscow that one time.
See, I don't mind that as much because then that's like area denial, and like, yeah, there's probably ways you can like cheese the hell out of that, and it's kind of, but like, explosive packs are just kind of not fun because someone just like cooks explosive pack, throws it out a window, and your whole squad dies, and there's like nothing you could have done, and they don't have to like. The worst thing that happens to them is they kill one member of their squad on accident. You know, like I feel like if you're tossing explosive packs and stuff, like they should probably damage your squad, not your teammates, but at least your squad. Maybe your AI would be dumb and you'd get them all killed, and that wouldn't be very fun. But I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's I know that they've kind of. It seems like they've kind of buffed the AI's ability with explosive packs as far as like picking them up and throwing them back.
Yeah, they don't stare at an explosive pack as much as they used to.
Well, yeah, like have you ever noticed when like the guys get out of the tank, like they'll instantly pick one up and throw it back at you, and you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah, that's happened to me. It's very annoying.
But yeah, like I think explosive packs. They just honestly, I think you should just have to run up and like plant them on the tank. Like you just run up, hit F.
I think they should just be. I think they should be anti-tank grenades that like blow up engines and stuff. Cause like, just throw or give like the standard soldier can have either a normal grenade or an anti-tank grenade, and then like bombers can have explosive or something.
Oh, that
like
would be cool, like a sapper or something like that.
Like you have, well, that's what the bomber is literally called, anti-tank. So he should be able to bring, an explosive pack and make it like. I think they should just revert its name to bomber, and then you can combine that with like the mortar. Like bombers can bring like they're just like your heavy explosive soldiers, right? You can get anti-tank stuff. You can bring mortars. You can bring whatever, right? Or engineers, I guess, can have like a satchel charge or something like that.
That'd be nice for you to take out like emplacements. Like if you could just like instead of just I mean, just go up there and whatever.
Well, that's the thing though, is like I feel like it's this weird thing where in Enlisted, it's not like War Thunder where you can just magically repair your tracks from inside your tank. Like if your tracks go out or your engine goes out, you have to get out of the tank and repair it.
Right.
Which is a huge deal. And the whole while you're doing that, like, you're so exposed, and so just knocking out someone's tracks is a huge way. Like, you just take out the tank effectively because now they have to get out of the tank and they get gunned the hell down.
Right.
So I don't feel like we need these like super explosive packs that just nuke tanks. Like, all you have to do is take out a track or the engine, and suddenly they can't do anything. Right? They have
Or
to
shoot
get
their
out.
cannon barrel, and then they really can't do anything.
Yeah, like if I throw an
Makes sense.
explosive, or if I throw an anti-tank grenade into a tank barrel, like make it blow up, and then now they can't do anything.
That would be nice.
I don't know. Explosive packs are definitely one of those things that I feel like were put in place like as, oh, this is the anti-tank tool, but then they just like super, it's anti.
Yeah, I mean it gives low level players the ability to kill a tank.
Yeah, which is important. Like, I think that having it's a two-way street, right? It's a double-edged sword where
Very much, yes.
if infantry can just destroy tanks, then tanks aren't that scary. But if tanks can't be destroyed by, like, if everyone doesn't have an explosive pack, then tanks can end up being really dominant, which can be really annoying as well.
In before Japanese lunge mine.
Oh
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Battlefield 1.
Low level players, Kazman.
I mean,
Yeah.
both.
No. Well, then again, though, if they're in the gray area, it doesn't really matter. That's why
Well,
I feel
I
like
honestly think people, like, whenever I get blown up by an explosive pack because I like drove to the objective, like, I'll drive to the objective and in my tank, and then I'll just get blown up before I see an enemy because there's some guy sitting in a house that just threw an explosive pack on me, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, no wonder people sit in the gray zone. Why would you not sit in the gray zone? Like, if you try to get near the objective, you get like 16 explosive packs thrown at you. Right? God
27
forbid
if they know what they're doing.
Yeah, God forbid you're in a premium tank where everybody on the map wants to kill you. Like, I don't know if you guys have the Firefly or not, but holy crap, that thing is a magnet to explosive packs. Everybody on the team, your own team starts throwing explosive packs at you. Everybody wants to kill that thing.
People love the Firefly, man. What can I tell you?
Yeah, they love to kill it. So it's
whale noises
yeah,
intensify.
yeah, whale noises. But it's this thing where it's like, yeah, it's scummy to kind of sit in the gray zone and like in a panther where nobody can kill you, and that's shitty, and that should be resolved. But at the same time,
Besides
like,
a plane.
yeah, besides a plane. But I mean, can you really blame people? Like, if they get near the objective, they get nuked by an explosive pack, and there's no way they can like deal with that. Like, how do you fight that? Like, some dude just runs up and cooks it for 4 seconds. Like, you fire an HE round at their feet and they don't die, and then they just like blow you up, and you're like,
But that's the byproduct of explosive packs being the way they are.
yeah, exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah, like if they were, if you could disable a tank with anti-tank grenades or like hurt some of the crew, then maybe it'd be a little bit more balanced. But
Yeah.
you guys use the
Yeah.
Churchill? That thing, you
No.
just die. You can't even use it. Literally, if someone, it's so long. Someone threw an explosive pack at the middle of my tank, and I was going full speed, and it blew up before I could get away from it.
All of what, like 7 miles per hour?
Yeah, like you just die because it's so long and it's so slow. Makes
What's this
no
any of the
sense.
other XP pinatas, like the poor T28 or the
I
Grant?
love that thing. It's my favorite thing to kill. Oh, the Grant's great too.
The Grant. Oh God.
Yeah.
The-
Lord. All right. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be a combined arms thing where like infantry is supposed to support the tank, but it's really hard to stop someone from walking up and throwing an explosive pack.
with a cooked explosive pack.
Yeah, like, how do you stop that? Like, you miss one shot and they're dead. It's hard enough to stop it in like Hell Let Loose when they have Panzer Shreks, let alone in Enlisted where there's 9 of them. Every soldier on the map can blow up your tank.
With all that great chat, voice chat in game, it's so great.
Yeah, right.
Oh god, that reminds me of when we were playing Hell Let Loose and the other tank didn't shoot the guys, so we died.
Yeah. I mean, that happens, right? Like, if you die because your infantry's not helping you, then like whatever. But like in Enlisted, it's like so, like, I don't think infantry can stop the enemy from like going prone for 5 minutes, crawling up to your tank and cooking an explosive pack. Like, that's it's just too rough. God, I hope they don't
Uh,
add voice chat to Enlisted.
I think there already is, isn't it? If you hit F2, doesn't it like?
No, there was an old party thing where
They
you could, but it's not
Oh,
actually.
they
that's what.
broke it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they broke it.
Yeah.
Because I remember, because Henry used to hot mic in my fucking party all the time.
Oh god.
Anyway, so what were your? We got what 15 minutes left here before you got to go and land.
Yeah, about 15 or
So
so.
the gold order. What were the questions that you had? Gold order weapons. Like, what's our favorite
Uh,
gold order weapon?
Best gold order weapon for this battle pass and overall. So it's like a 2-part question
Okay.
there. Same one for the gold vehicle order as well. And then what would be your premium squads that you would recommend for each campaign? Were the big ones that I highlighted.
Okay. The gold order stuff. I can start. So best gold order weapon of this pass is, for me, almost certainly the VMP. I think the VMP and the Irma are both really close, but I think almost certainly the VMP. I think that thing is crazy good.
The one that's in, which one's that one in?
Then Tunisia and Moscow.
Yep.
The
That's right.
German,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like a
yeah, it looks like the Tommy gun almost, right?
yeah, it's got a 40 round mag. It does like 6.8 damage or some garbage. It fires really fast. It reloads fast. It's a laser, like really goddamn good. And then best overall, I mean the Kurz is like the default answer. So instead of saying the Kurz, since one of you two will, I'm gonna say the Suomi.
Okay.
The Suomi is so good. It's so good. Like unreasonably good. Like I don't even run it. It has like 11 recoil, like vertical recoil. It doesn't have it's ridiculous. It's an absolute laser, and it does insane
Right.
damage. I don't even run vertical recoil reduction on it. I run reload speed because like
Jesus.
the recoil just doesn't matter.
Right.
It's crazy.
What do you got, Jason?
I'm actually gonna go with the Pavesi or whatever? The Italian semi-auto?
That's your best overall?
No, not best overall. Like one the old ones. Like that's one of my favorite weapons in Tunisia right now.
Okay, that wasn't this battle pass, but we'll accept it.
Yeah, but this battle pass, Irma EMP 44.
Okay, sure.
Wait, you picked the fucking what? The Pavesi, the M42 is what you picked?
Jason,
You love that gun?
He's
Yeah, I mean
he's
it's a
a
14
UXA main.
it's a 14 damage semi-auto. So
Thing is trash.
I've actually started to like that a little bit more.
and it also fires faster than every other semi-auto in the game since the nerf.
True.
I hate that gun.
I rated that gun really low on my video over it, but I've started to like it a little bit more because a big reason I hated that gun was the animations were really bad.
They fixed it
And
though.
they've fixed the animations. They look a lot better now.
Yeah.
But I would not say that's the best. I would put that on par with like the Peterson rifle.
Oh, the Peterson. Jesus Christ.
All right, what about you, Enlightened?
Favorite one is gonna be the Kurtz, is like the overall best. Like it's just the
Yeah.
best gun. As far as my favorite gold order that I got, I actually like the PPD 1929,
Really?
which I know you hate, but I like that one. I do.
Interesting.
Yeah, I really like it. It's high rate of fire. I just kind of use it like a PPSH PPD, man.
But why wouldn't you just use a PPD?
I don't know, because it just looks cool,
All right, you got me there. You got me
But
there.
if it doesn't look cool, what's the point? It's got a higher damage profile. I mean, it's like what?
Well, yeah, because it's fully upgraded.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, even
you get the
from
hit
a
power upgrade.
even from a fully upgraded PPD, it's still hitting like +1, I think, because it's 6.6, I think. Here, I can tell you.
Isn't that just 10% more?
Hey, man, that's 10%.
20%? Right. Well, that's what an upgraded PPD is.
No, I'm talking. It's got 10% more than an upgraded PPD, or a PPD 40 at least.
All right.
Because I'm looking at maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong on that one, but yeah, like I don't know. I just like it. It just looks cool.
Fair, that's fair.
realistic.
You don't. If you just like it, that's perfectly reasonable. I mean,
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna get on me for this, but no one's gonna get on Jason for the Italian
the
weapon. Come on now.
Professi, yeah.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
What about your favorite non G43 Kurz?
Ooh.
Because we all agree the Kurz is the best. So like,
Kurz
what
is the
about
best all
not
around for sure.
Kurz, right?
As far as like enjoyment, I would go with like the Berdan. Honestly, I think that's
Hell
super fun
yeah.
to use just to shit on people with it. Like,
I wish it
I
like
think
blasted arms off and stuff.
yeah, like
think
it's
that'd
just
be
kind of one of
fun.
those things. That or like what is it? The RM50, the RMN50.
RMN.
Oh, the mortar launcher. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. That's like one of those like skill-based weapons that I like.
Sure. Okay.
So I would go with that
Oh, and then we got to do gold order vehicles. So
overall, and then
best of this
just
past would be the Panzer IV in Moscow, probably. What are all of them? I know there's a
the Panzer.
T28, and that thing sucks, so don't get that.
There's the T60, which is
Oh,
it's the
yeah, yeah.
T60 is the one in Moscow.
The Panzer 3J in Tunisia.
That's what I was gonna
Panzer-
say. That's the best.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
3J
Panzer
in Tunisia is definitely the best.
Yeah, and then it's the Panzer IV-E Ghost
And
or whatever.
there's a Crusader, I think, for the LS. Or no, that
it
was
was the Grant.
that
It's
was
the
the
Grant.
Twitch drop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Grant, and
Yeah.
then it's like some fucking planes or something like that. It's like the Liberator bomb, the
Oh, fuck
A-20
those.
Liberator, and
Oh yeah.
another BF-110.
Yeah,
Like
the
BF-110 Z7.
Yeah, the 3J is definitely the best one. In,
Yeah.
in
But
Tunisia,
overall,
because it just lets you skip to the end.
yeah,
Overall, it's the T50. I will die on that hill.
Oh yeah. The T50 is by far the best gold order vehicle in the game.
I will fucking Gettysburg die there on that hill, like, God. Because it's just you just skip. You just skip to the end of the Moscow campaign. You get a fully upgraded best tank in the campaign until the T-34 comes out.
Oh, I gotta apologize to the chat. It's the La France Liberator, like the Libere. Like that's the nickname, not the B-24 Liberator, because everyone's freaking out. Like the Liberator's not in. I know the Liberator's not in there, assholes. Whatever its nickname was.
Way to go, Enlightened. You get shit on for your gold order weapon choice, and I get the pass.
Yeah, God damn it.
All right, so what are your guys' favorite? What are your guys' favorite gold order vehicles?
Ooh,
I love the 3J in Tunisia.
Really?
I like the 3J in Tunisia's for this battle pass. I know that's like the
Yeah.
standard answer. Like you need something that can fight the Grant that can also,
And isn't
with
an
infantry.
Italian piece of shit?
yeah. Well,
I mean, the only downside the 3J has is its turret rotation is slow, but that's about it.
I don't know. As far as like the T50 is like the logical choice, I would say. As far as
I think the only other, in my opinion, the only other option is the Panzer IV-E or like the Panzer 3J or whatever. Like basically, they put out a T50 equivalent in Moscow. Gold order vehicle.
Yeah.
The
where
Panzer
it's
IV. Yeah, the gold order
it's-
Panzer
yeah,
IV.
it's
Yeah.
basically the exact same thing as the T50. You can use it at level 1 at the start, and I think the T50 is better though.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I don't sleep on the M8 lax. Just saying. I think it's good.
I'll
long
take
as you were a
laxative. I'll take the MA laxative. Purely
The
off
MA
the
laxative.
name. Purely
The
on the name,
lax-
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that. But yeah, I would go with T50. Or yeah, the
The
T50.
the M4A2 Sherman, the Boom, I think is what it's called, or something like that.
Oh yeah,
That one is really good too because you can get that at level 1 because that's for the starting squads. You can get an M4A2 Sherman at level 1 if you're just starting Normandy.
that's nice.
So that's actually
Right,
pretty
right.
solid.
That's not a bad choice. Yeah, that's not a bad choice at all. And it's got like because you got the 50 on top and everything like that.
Yeah,
you
I
can
mean, it's a
do.
Sherman, yeah.
Yeah.
You just skipped
That's
the bullshit of the
M8.
Stewart and the M8.
Yeah.
Although the M8 apparently slaps the Panther. That's the hidden counter.
Just because it's
Because
Well,
it
it's
can
heat
pin it.
shell, yeah.
Its heat
Yeah.
can apparently can pin it in the front.
yeah, but,
Hilarious.
yeah. I mean, but you better hit him first and run.
You're also a 2-man crew 30 seconds after spawning.
Yeah, true.
yeah. And its HE is super good too. Its HE's got to be the best in the game. I will argue that to the day I die.
Panzer IV-E Premium's heat shell is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is
Borderline
right.
pay to win.
It fucking fires a nuclear bomb at the infantry when it fires.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it fires fast too.
Which is
I
like
remember.
so dumb that it like the heat shell is better than like the actual HE shell.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Like what? Why?
Nazi science, man.
Nazi science, I guess.
Wunderweapon.
Wunderbar. What was the other question? Oh, premium squads. Like what
Yeah.
premium squad for each campaign? Okay,
Yeah, like what would you-
Berlin.
I gotta pull this up.
Berlin would be the rifle squads, the Labelle squads. The Labelle and the
Mosin
there's a
40, the
Mosin-
44L, yeah.
there's a Mosin rifle with a bayonet. or some
Which
shit.
which kind of got indirectly nerfed with the bayonet event.
Yes. But it's a premium squad with 9 men in it, and it's cheap. Either that or the IMCHA. I'll always recommend the IMCHA and the Panther.
Which is good.
Just because you
Panther
can
A.
farm XP in a premium squad. Moscow. Honestly, the cheap ones. I mean, like, if you're going for something that, like, if you just don't care about spending money and you're like a rich old white guy or something, then
Diamonds and
It's-
light numbs.
The firepower pack.
yeah, it's absolutely the MG13s and Lewis guns. I mean, those things are ridiculous. Otherwise, it's the
BA11
yeah, the
and the
BA11 is solid.
38T because they're just cheap and they're a premium vehicle you can get early
Yeah,
on.
the not PPT squad. Anything but the PPT. I would recommend the Shoshay, but those and the MG30, but those aren't available anymore.
Yeah.
Normandy.
The Arasaka squad's actually pretty cool.
Oh,
If you,
yeah,
they're expensive
Actually,
for what they do.
I will. Yeah, the Arasaka squad's really good because any engineer squad is really good as premium because you can build MG42 nests and then farm XP.
Mhm.
Right.
Otherwise, Normandy premium squads.
The machine gun squad.
What are the American premium squads?
I
I mean, you can't get the machine gun squads anymore.
Oh, right.
You
Is
got
the Polish bar still? If the Polish bar and stuff, if those are still in the game,
Yeah,
those are solid.
The Browning squads are still
If
in the
those are
game.
still in the game, then those are solid. I don't even know the other premium.
The engineer.
Yeah, there's
the
I was thinking the
Johnsons
Johnson, but
and the
I mean,
G41,
that's like the same
yeah.
thing as the Arasaka.
You can get the MP18 squad for 800
Um,
gold. It's pretty cheap.
Wait, 800 gold?
875 gold for you to buy the Invasion of Normandy MP18 squad. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
that's
bad,
actually solid. That's a solid deal.
you get the modified grease gun
It's only
for the allies.
875 gold?
Mhm.
Yeah, 875 gold, 100% stamina, 12%
In-game?
reload. Yeah, in game.
Yeah.
12% firearm reload speed.
Really?
20% faster aim speeds. That's
How
pretty
much
nice.
is the Rising Squad?
The which one?
4,800.
Why is the Irma on sale? Why is the Irma EMP 800?
Irma's the same amount.
Wait, the Irma's the same amount?
Yeah,
Wait, I'm
4,800.
so confused. Because Enlightened is
Yeah.
telling me one thing, Jason is
Okay.
telling me another.
So the Invasion of Normandy MP18 squad is
Oh,
800.
MP18, not Irma
Yeah.
18.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it's two different squads, man.
Two different squads. I was like,
Got it.
one's the shitty ass little assault squads with the little like drum mags on the sides.
Yes.
The snail mag,
The
yep.
MP. Okay, thank you. The MP18 is fine. The MP18 is a cool gun. Fuck that stupid M3 field mod squad. That squad sucks. Fuck that thing.
Which,
But the
It's
MP18
terrible.
is interesting and it's a goofy ass gun, so rock that thing. That's fine. For like $10, that's solid.
with the boost, that's worth it.
Yeah, for like the double XP, like if you're starting off, that's sweet. You can get some kills with that.
If it wasn't so expensive, the Stug is actually quite funny to use.
Yeah, this Stok's fun, but it's too expensive.
Yeah, it's
And
too
then
expensive.
Way too
what's
expensive.
the last thing? The Tunisia.
You did
Tunisia would be honestly any of the Tunisian squads are fine. Like those new squads are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're really cool. You get knives, you get a cool knife, you get a cool gun, you get great perks on a 9-man squad.
Yeah, vitality on a
It's only
9-man
like
squad.
what, $20 or something?
Yeah, that's about how much it was. I think it was like $20. It was like 22
Here, I'll
actually.
go
Yeah, it's 22.
Yeah, I did
In
the
US
video on it.
In
In
US
US
dollars, that
dollars,
is, yeah.
Yeah, $22 US. Yeah, is because it's like you can only buy it with like in-game gold. I think it's like 2,400, a little over 2,400 in-game gold.
I got a 50% XP. All right.
There you go.
Yeah, here I'll look exactly. Yeah, 25. It's $25.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
25.
FNAB is $22.50. But $25 for this squad, I think, is a pretty solid deal. I wish it was cheaper. I think it should be like 30 for both. I think would be fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're good weapons. Like,
Yeah.
they hit hard. 13 damage is good. You get the bayonet. The big thing is that you get fire rate with bolt actions and vitality on a 9-man squad. These guys, their stats are pretty insane.
What's
overall.
stupid with it though, for the Italian guy though, with the 100% like melee damage or whatever he had on there. Yeah, the 100% melee damage, he has a bayonet on the end of the rifle. Like, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, because they made it to where bayonets always kill.
Yeah, bayonet's always one-shot kill.
It's like this doesn't matter.
What we'll finish it off with this. What premium squads would you guys like to see in game? Do you guys actually know? I know what mine is. But you guys actually know a lot more about
in
this.
what campaign?
Any campaign. What's one unit that you would like to see in the game?
I like to see the French Foreign Legion in Tunisia.
Okay. What
some-
gun?
Ooh, that would be the hard one, right? And then it'd be really what side, right? Because technically the French Foreign Legion pretty much defected to the Axis.
I
But
just realized inline is not.
no, you're good. Yeah, I would say that's gonna be hard for what kind of weapon, right? Like I would like to see some kind of like repeater, just some kind of. I would have to think of like a French repeating rifle off the top of my head, which right now, Johnny on the spot, I can't. But something that's kind of similar to like the Winchester in Moscow.
The
That's what I would like to
RCS they could use.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, Jason. Yours?
I would love to see the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, but they only fought in Italy, so.
What if we'll get an Italian campaign? Is that the
Those are the Nisai.
The Nisai, got it.
Yep.
That's what I figured.
Or the 761st Tank Battalion, which were the Black Panthers.
Yeah, those are mine. That's what I was gonna say.
But
yeah, that would be so cool. That would be so fucking cool to be able to see that.
Legit.
Like I would buy those in a heartbeat. I don't care how much they cost. I'd buy those in a heartbeat.
That'd be cool as fuck.
Yeah. Like I don't know what tanks they would have used, but I mean, I'm just guessing just Shermans, right? 76.
Yeah, they were in M3A4 M2A3s.
No, that would have been sick. Like make it a 76 millimeter Sherman with some badass fucking camo on it or something, right? Like some cool looking camouflage. Maybe give it like bonus armor because they put like sandbags to the front or some shit. Like something, right? Like some just little cool thing. Or shit, give them like fucking smoke rounds. Like they get like 8 smoke shells. That'd be fucking cool. Yeah, or Willie Pete or something. Like that would be sweet. Just some cool thing about the vehicle. Like that would be awesome. I think that would be an amazing squad, and I'd buy that in a heartbeat.
E61 win.
Yeah, for Moscow, probably First Guards Motor.
Ooh.
Those guys showed up and literally saved the Red Army.
Yeah, that would be a big one. That would be a real big one.
Soviet paratroopers.
No, they would all be dead.
Yeah.
No parachute
You
given.
spawn in the air.
Yeah. The snow will break the fall. By the way, take 50 pounds of ammunition with you.
You just hold on to the wings and just as it goes down, they just kind of like glide off.
You just fall
very
off.
very Soviet, very Soviet like.
I think Panda mentioned it, the long range desert group for Tunisia.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the rats.
Yep.
I mean, aren't they technically? Don't we technically have those? Isn't that what the Stin Squad is? Aren't those the rats?
I don't.
Yeah,
I'm like
we do have a
sure.
Was it 7th Armor Squad in the game? Yeah.
The 131st Infantry Brigade, and they have a mouse as the rat.
I mean that's.
But maybe they're not actually. I mean, they have a little mouse as like their emblems. I don't know if they're actually the.
No, that's not the SAS. That's the one that fuck. They were the ones that were like attached to the
Desert Rats are the 7th Armored Division.
Yeah, those are the guys. Yeah,
Yep.
they're attached to the fucking they were under my Clark's command for a while. Fuck. What's their nickname?
These guys. Oh, it is the 7th Armored Division.
Yeah,
it's a seventh. No, these are the rats. It's a 7th Armored Division, 131st Infantry Brigade.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is the rats. It says in July 1942, the brigade disembarked in Egypt, where it saw action at the Battle of Alam Halfa, and later played a large part in the Second Battle of Al Alamein. On November 1st, 42, it became part of the 7th Armored Division headed to.
Oh, there you go.
I guess they weren't originally the rats, though, because it says that they were attached. They became part of the 7th Armored Division.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they were sent to Egypt as part of what is known as Mobile Force, and then eventually Combe Force, named after Colonel Combe.
What a great name.
I would like to see the US Rangers. The US Ranger squad. That'd be sweet. Like with like a modified Thompson or some shit like that. I don't know what mod Thompsons, but like some field modification Thompson. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, 2nd Ranger Battalion stormed Point du Hoc.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, the fucking Rangers were all over Normandy, so.
Secondary objective is updated.
Bro, make them Company of Heroes Rangers, where they're fucking bombers. You get a 4-man bomber squad with M9 bazookas and Thompsons. That'd be sick.
Quick double time run speed.
Yeah. Like fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
Company of Heroes, give your Rangers 3 bazookas and watch them insta-gib a fucking.
If only enlisted bazookas worked like Company Heroes bazookas.
Oh,
yeah, you're a Ranger, so you automatically do more damage with it. Logic. But yeah, I think the Rangers would be really cool. I think that'd be nice.
And for the Axis for Normandy, you could get the Panzer Lehr guys.
That would be
since
legit.
Since you kind of can't put other German units in the game. Well, you can, but you can't.
You can, but you can't.
Yeah.
I don't know if they really care about that because they've put a lot of units that've got a lot of war crimes.
They're not going to put. We've talked about this before. There's a certain like just general like I don't know hesitancy towards like the NKVD did fucked up shit. Like no one's disputing that, right?
Right.
But like the SS are still that's actually true. But
one's not listed as a hate crime organization.
Yeah,
and the other
exactly.
is, whether or not that's fair or whether or not that's true, that's still how it's seen. And so putting an SS division in the game is going to upset people, and it's going to look bad no matter how you do it. At least if you actually make them SS, right?
Doesn't that also put them out of certain countries too if they do that?
Yeah, that's actually out of Russia. I actually found that out. Russia is one of the countries that does not allow like kind of showing Nazi symbols or SS symbols or anything like that.
Really? I didn't know that.
At least that's what I saw from the internet, which
take that with a grain of salt.
Right, like I mean there's gonna be like 18 people in the comments that are gonna be like, no.
Just throwing it out there though, the Lewis Gun Squad, Premium Squad, I just looked at them right now. They look really SS like without their like if you just like they're just solid
squad.
black.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just these are very SS guys.
It also makes no sense. They look like officers. Like they're all wearing like fucking giant hats and shit. That squad looks really goofy to me. But the Lewis Gun Squad looks really cool to me. I think the Lewis Gun Squad is awesome.
and they're jet black. They're just like ready
Yeah,
to like.
dude, they look fucking
Yeah.
sweet. But yeah, no, the MG13 squad, they look ridiculous.
Yeah, they look like they're ready to go to the Fuhrer bunker and tell them that Steiner's attacked and not
Yeah,
kill
like holy crap.
Yeah.
One last thing that I'd like to see from Enlisted, I want to see Jeeps. Fuck motorcycles, or maybe
Yeah.
an equivalent. But I would like to see a Jeep with a 50 cal in the back, or a 30 cal.
Yeah.
One of the two. Should have put that in my Normandy redesign. But I would like to
Should've
see
put-
that. I want to be able to drive around on a Jeep with 50 cal in the back. I mean, how many Jason, you know, how many Jeeps were made during World War II? It was like a hilarious amount, right?
I mean, yeah, I would say millions.
Yeah, like
Oh, like the World War II era Jeep?
Yeah,
like
like a
it was
Willy.
millions, right? I mean, he's about to Google. I don't know if he knew off the top of his head. But, like,
That I don't know off the top of my
an
head.
absolute ridiculous amount of them were made. So I feel like
I know.
we should be seeing them around, right?
I think like off the top of my head, I think over 500,000 were built.
Yeah.
Okay, 500,000 is still a significant amount of numbers for a Jeep.
I don't think it would be useless. I mean, the motorcycle squads aren't really used that often, but like they're still fun. Like, yeah, they're not great, but they're fun to use. I feel like a Jeep would be fun to use, you know?
I think the Jeeps in game should already have a 30 cal.
I agree with that.
Right.
Maybe maybe it doesn't need to be a squad. Maybe just put it, you know, maybe just throw 50 cal or 30 cal in the back of the Jeeps that are already around. Call it a day there.
Yeah, like
And please God, give me a half track to the side.
God, that's
Each team should have a half track at base.
I would be significantly impressed if they put a half track in it. I think that would change and love the game so much more, but that's never going to happen, I don't think, anytime soon.
See.
Poor half track becomes a loot pinata though.
Yeah.
That's fine. Make it a mobile spawn. Make it a spawn point you can spawn on and give it like 1 MG facing forward.
So
I would love that.
same. All right, boys.
Yeah, you gotta go. All right.
I gotta go
Yeah.
travel, get that marriage license.
Thank you
So
for watching our episode 5 of the Enlisted podcast here. And I don't know when we'll do this next. Probably in at least a month. We're gonna bring Valadas on, hopefully. He couldn't make it to this one, but hopefully next time we'll bring Valadas. We'll bring Valadas on for the next one.
All
Yeah,
right.
nice.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, mine. Now Jason's all screwed.
Oh no. There's 2 of me.
There we go.
I'm now enlightened and myself.
True though.